called me crying yesterday when I was at dinner. She wanted me to come home. She missed me. I love that kid so much. I know, I just love her so much I can't stop chewing her face off. I have huge meetings today. Huge. I'm like so nervous and so tired.
Why?
I don't know, because I always get nervous. You know, I usually do really well in the room, but it's always nerve-wracking before you go in. Also because it's so different now. Like pitching for myself was one thing, but pitching for like someone to come, you know. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. You're probably wondering who I'm talking to since I'm looking off camera and speaking. I'm talking to Mary. Mary, Mary. I'm sure she's never heard that before. I'm sure I'm the first person in the world who ever thought to be so original. Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to Coffee Talk. Good morning from Los Angeles. Just so you guys know, I went to the Grove yesterday and signed the copies of the Southern Education of a Jersey Girl. What the hell's the name of my book? The Southern Education of a Jersey Girl. I signed the copies that are there. So they're on the 3rd floor. 4 signed copies left. They had 7, but they sold 3, so I signed the rest. Anyway, today is my first day of meetings in Los Angeles. And like I was telling Mary, I'm nervous, but I'm excited too. Michael's doing really well with Sparrow without me. Aaron McDonald, our dog trainer, came to our house yesterday and worked with him, and I think it really helped. Thank you for everybody who watched the impromptu coffee talk with Perez Hilton yesterday. I have known Perez a very long time, and his transformation from mean boy to dad has been wonderful to watch. So anyway, hey, Homewood, Alabama. Hi, Donna. Joyelle, when the babies are sick, it's so hard. Okay, so anyway, I am going to do coffee talk, then I'm going to run, like physically run. And then I'm going to get ready for my first meeting at 9 o'clock. Okay, so I wanted to talk to you guys about something. Sometimes when I have time, let me preface that. When I have time, please keep in mind that I have a full-time job and a family and friends that I have to see, and also sleep that I need, sleep. I try to read and respond to your messages. So yesterday, full disclosure, while I was on the toilet, I was reading some of your messages. And one of the messages was from this woman who was explaining to me the problems in her marriage, and she kept telling me she's so tired of fighting. And it hit me as I was reading her message and then reading it again, that she was fighting for this man to love her. And that is exhausting. And when I responded to her that this is why she was tired, she responded to me and said, but you fight to keep your marriage together. And I said, yes, but fighting with Michael is fighting for someone who loves me. There is a difference. Michael loves me. The reason that I get up every day and I keep working on this is because he loves me and he wants it to work, and I want it to work. Fighting for somebody who loves you is tiring. It's exhausting to be married, but you're fighting for someone who loves you. Fighting for someone to love you is a totally different level of exhaustion. You will run yourself ragged, literally run yourself into the ground, trying to get somebody to love you, because what you're doing is you're not fighting this way. When you're fighting with someone who loves you, you're both fighting for the same thing. You want the same end goal. When you're fighting for someone to love you, y'all are fighting in different directions. One's trying to get away without hurting you, and you're trying to make them stay. This transfer of energy is exhausting. It can bring a woman to her knees. It will exhaust you mentally, physically, on levels that you didn't even know existed. So you need to check yourself. You need to check yourself. You need to be very honest about where you are in your relationship. Are you still fighting for someone who loves you, or are you fighting for someone to love you? Because if you're trying to convince somebody to love you, if you're trying to prove your worth to someone, you're trying to prove to someone that you are worthy of love, that you are worthy of being loved, that they should love you, they should choose you, they should pick you. This is why you are exhausted. It is different. And then you wonder why it spills over in your friendships and why you're not mothering the way you want to mother. You're not friending or daughtering because you're exhausted from trying to make somebody love you. And I can't tell you enough, first of all, how scary it is to be in a place where you believe you are going crazy trying to make somebody love you. Trying to make somebody love you is enough literally to make you go crazy. 100%. 100%. The other thing is, when you're in it, you really believe you can change them. You really believe you can get them to love you. There is a reason that it's called falling in love. There's a reason it's not called forced into love. It doesn't happen that way. You can't prove your worth to someone and make them see that you are lovable or worth loving. They have to see it from their own eyes. They have to fall into that on their own. And if they don't, why do you want them? And it goes for friendships too. You can't force somebody to be your friend. You can't force somebody to want to hang out with you. A friendship amongst women is a form of love. It really is. Ask me how much I love that one, making vinegar water right there. Ask me how much I love her. And I would fight for her. As long as I was fighting with someone who loved me. But if she said, Jamie, I don't want this friendship anymore. I don't want to be your friend anymore. Now I'm fighting for someone to be my friend. Ain't nobody got time for that. Like, that would make me crazy. Don't go anywhere, Mary, because I'd find you. I need you guys to understand something. This is very real. So many of us right now in this Coffee Talk family, y'all are making jokes, you're commenting back and forth about things that don't matter, and I love you and I get it. This is a community. We want to talk about, lip gloss, and we want to talk about birthdays and all of those things. But there are women listening to this message right now who are clinging to every word, who are mentally and physically and emotionally exhausted from this fight, and they need to hear what I am saying. If you don't believe the person that is with you is in love with you, if you believe that they are staying with you because you are forcing them, or you are constantly fighting for it, and you are constantly saying to them, don't you think I'm worth it? Don't you think your family's worth it? You are not fighting with someone who loves you. You are fighting for someone to love you, and that is different, and it will not work. And you will exhaust yourself to the point that you make yourself insane. And you will have men, same thing, Rocco. You are absolutely right. Men go through the same thing. I have very good guy friends who say to me, I'm going to try one more time. I'm just going to try one more time. My girlfriend's husband, I have said to him 1,000 times, leave her. She has asked you for a divorce 50 times. And he says to me, Jamie, I love her. I can't leave her. And I'm like, you're staying with someone who doesn't want to be stayed with. She doesn't love you anymore. You're fighting for someone to love you. She won't love you. Let her go. You are fighting the wrong fight. And I know it's hard. And I know the truth is hard. And I know you don't want to hear it. And I know you think that if you give it a few days and you come back, that there's a way you can make him or her see how much you love them and that you are worth love. But you are fighting the wrong fight. You are fighting for someone to love you. And you cannot win that fight. You won't win it. You won't win it. And the day that I believe that Michael Sullivan does not love me, the day that I believe I am fighting for a fairy tale, that I am fighting to keep a man who doesn't want to be kept, the day I feel that I am dragging him to date night, begging him to love me, I will sit in front of this camera and cry my eyes out. And I will walk away. Because I will not beg anybody to love me. I will fight with that man to the death as long as he loves me. As long as we are in this together. But I can't put my health at risk anymore. I have done that with men and women in the past. I have fought with people to love me. I have tried to prove my worth. I have chased my tail. I have run myself emotionally ragged into the ground. I was on that bathroom floor believing that death was easier than what I was going through. And I will never go back there for anyone. Never. I just won't do it. I will not fight for that fairy tale anymore. If I can save one woman or man from sitting on that bathroom floor, then all this truth is worth it. Because there is a terrible, terrible place that I hope none of you ever have to experience. It is the most lonely, isolating, soul-crushing place to have that realization that you have been fighting for someone to love you and that you have allowed yourself to believe that you are unlovable. And it's simply not true. It's simply not true. You are lovable. I know this because I know your creator. You see, that's what you guys always forget. When you're in the cycle, when you're emotionally broken, I remember what you forget. So you check in with me every day and I'll remind you every single day. I know your creator. I know him intimately. And I know the vision in which you were created. And you were created to be outstanding. It is in your very creation. It is not something you do or don't do. It is in exactly his vision and how you were made. The potential is there for you to be loved, to love back, to nurture, to be healthy, to be happy, to be outstanding. It's all there. You have every ingredient to be the most magical you that you can be. But the devil works hard. And the devil will bring you to that bathroom floor. Don't think he won't, because he had me there. He held me there. He tried to keep me there. In fact, he tried to take me lower. He tried to take me lower. He wanted me to come back with him, and I decided I wasn't going. I came close. But I said, I'm not going. Lisa Marie, I had stomach problems for 23 years, honey. 23 years. You are lovable. I love you, so you can't tell me you're unlovable, because I already love you. All right, so now I feel like we went to church and came back. I love all of you. This is why I do this, because I love you. Rocco, we love you. I want you ladies to just check in with me. Charlotte, check in with me. Y'all, check in with me. Comment here. Share this video. There's a share button right there. Somebody needs to hear this. And check in. Keep the comments coming. And I'll come back when I'm in the Uber on the way to work. I will come back and I will comment back and I will write back to you. Like, I'm here. Check in with us. You can get through this, but it starts with knowing the difference between fighting for someone who loves you and fighting for someone to love you. You gotta know the difference. You gotta know the difference. Honesty and self-awareness is the first tool. You must be self-aware and honest about what your situation is. Yes, Kat, I love you. That's right, Joelle. Let me pass the collection plate, folks. Okay. Thank you all for sharing. I'm going to go back today and look and see who shared. I got some Coffee Talk nail polish, and I want to start sending it out. It's part of my plan. I'm going to get to it. I want to send you guys nail polish. There's a share button right there. Please share this video. I love you guys so much. Rocco, we're here for you. We got you. My grandfather's name was Rocco. Oh, my great-grandfather. All right, I love you guys so much today. Have a great day.